Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putri Dewi Lestari, and I am from class 8, 2021, Mula Warman University. And today in this video, I will present our group work in Talks 2. For question number one. What kind of mental process do speakers go through prior to articulation? This mental process, including conceptualization, word activation, word order, inflection, and articulation, work together to facilitate the production of meaningful and grammatically correct speech. And then number two, according to the Weaver plus model, what types of representation are activated by speakers before they speak? What evidence support the psychological reality of models like Weaver plus plus? What observations suggest that aspect of the Weaver plus plus system may not be present in human speakers? Okay. According to the Weaver plus plus model, propose that before speakers speak, they activate phonological representation, synthetic representation, and semantic representation. And then these representations are involved in constructing and integrating discourse, and they contribute to discourse comprehension. And then the evidence supporting the psychological reality of models like Weaver++ is experimental studies have shown that speakers activate phonological representation and synthetic representation before speaking. And these studies provide empirically evidence for the existence and functioning of the representation proposed by models like Weaver++. And then observation suggesting the aspect of the Weaver++ system may not be present in human speakers. While the Weaver++ model provides a theoretically account of language production, it is important to note that it is a computational model and may not capture all aspects of human language production. Human speakers may exhibit variation and deviation from the prediction of the Weaver++ model, indicating the additional factors and process may be involved in language production. And then, what roles do each of them play in speech process? Okay. First is conceptualization. Conceptualization involves forming an idea or thought that one wants to express through language. And then word activation. Process of retrieving the appropriate word from the mental lexicon based on the conceptualized idea. And then word order plays a crucial role in speech process as it determines the arrangement of word in a sentence. Inflection involves a modifying word to convey grammatically information such as tense, number, and case. Articulation is the physical production of speech sound that correspond to the chosen word and their inflected form. And then, what kind of error do people make when they speak? Okay, phonological error. This error involves mispronouncing or substituting speech sounds or phonemes. They can occur due to difficulties in articulation or language-specific phonological rules. And then morphological error involve incorrect word formation or inflection. They can include errors in adding prefixes or suffixes or using the wrong tense or plural form of a word. And then synthetic errors involves mistakes in the arrangement of word or the structure of sentence. This error can include incorrect word order, missing or misplaced word, or incorrect use of grammatical rules. And then semantic error involve using the wrong word or phrase that does not convey the intent of meaning. These errors can occur due to word retrieval difficulties or confusion between similar words. And then pragmatic error involve misusing language in social context. They can include inappropriate use of language, failure to understand implied meaning, or difficulties in following conversational norms. And speech disfluency are interruption or disruption in speech flow, such as hesitation, repetition, or fillers. For example, mm, uh, this can occur due to cognitive processing difficulties or speech production issues. And then the last is aphasis-related error. In individuals with aphasis, language impairment can lead to error in speech production, such as difficulty finding words, forming a coherent sentence, or understanding and using grammar correctly. And then, what do the errors tell us about the speaker's mental process? The inability to produce inner monologue during epileptic seizure and the finding from the career experiment challenge in notion that thinking is solely reliant on language production, indicating a separation between thinking and language abilities and suggesting the involvement of other cognitive process in talk generation. Number 4, what kind of error do people make when they speak? What do the error tell us about the speaker's mental process? People frequently make mistakes when speaking, including phonological ones, like saying yellow instead of yellow, or morphological ones, like saying run instead of run. Synthetic ones, like saying he go to the store instead of he goes to the store. Lexical ones, like saying chair instead of table. And semantic one, like saying I'll put the kettle in the oven instead of I will put the kettle on the stove. This mistake provides information on the underlying mental operation that go into language production, while morphological error may indicate problem with applying morphological principle. Phonological error may indicate problem with sound creation or retrieval. Lexical error may point to difficulties with word retrieval, where synthetic error may reflect challenges creating sentences that following grammar rules. Conversely, semantic error can indicate problem finding the right meanings or concept. All these things considered studying of speech defect over important insight of the mental system and procedures underlying language generation and comprehension. Number 5, describe similarity and difference between Gary Dell's spreading activation model and the Weaver++ models of speech production. What evidence favors each account? The spreading activation model proposed by Gary Dell and the Weaver++ speech production model are similar in that they both have feedback mechanism for error correction and suggest hierarchical organization and activation spreading through linguistic representation. Their emphasis on process method and representation levels, however, differs based on evidence from patient investigation and computational simulation. Dell's approach focused on the spreading activation of semantic and lexical representation predominantly with primarily serial processing mechanism. In contrast, research on speech error production latencies and neuroimaging data support the Weaver++ model, which combine many levels of representation, semantic, lexical, and phonological with parallel processing mechanism. These discrepancies demonstrate the complexity of language generation And in order to harmonize and improve these theories, more empirical study is required. Number 6, describe the tip of the tongue phenomenon. What kind of words are most likely to produce a TOT and why? The tip of the tongue, TOT phenomenon, happens when a person understands the meaning of a word and its context, but it finds it difficult to recall the exact word from memory. While feeling that it is on the tip of their tongue, individuals in a TOT state may recall specific aspect of a word, such as its first letter, syllable count, or meaning, but they are unable to completely access the word itself. Certain words more likely to trigger the TOT experience. Typically, these are terms that the individual is less likely to use or is unfamiliar with. Word with a unique or uncommon sound, difficult word, or word with meanings comparable to others word that the individual is attempting to recall. Additionally, longer syllables or words with unusual syllable patterns might cause TOT states. This is because the retrieval process is based on multiple cues and links within the mental lexicon. And when these indications are insufficient or ambiguous, recalling the word becomes difficult. Number 7, how is speech perceived according to Lieberman's motor theory? What is co-articulation and what role does it play in the theory? What is the McGurk effect and what does it tell us about speech perception? Why do some people believe that motor neurons provide the physical or neural basis for speech perception? Is there anything wrong with the mirror neuron hypothesis? First is, according to Lieberman motor theory of speech perception, we experience speech sounds by mentally replicating the action required to make those sounds rather than examining the sound's acoustic qualities. In other words, speech perception is depend on an internal model of the articulatory motion used to produce speech rather than just the auditory information. The second is co-articulation. It's a phenomena in speech production in which the articulators, mouth, lips, and jaw move to generate one sound while preparing to produce the text. This lead to the mixing or overlap of articulatory motion for nearby sounds. Co-articulation is important in the motor theory of speech perception because it implies the listener use information about incoming speech sound to anticipate and understanding the current speech sound they hear. The McGurk effect is a speech perception illusion in which competing visual and auditory speech information is perceived as a third separate sound. For example, if viewers hear the sound ba, but observe a person articulating ga, they may interpret it as da. This phenomena display the integration of visual and auditory speech information in speech perception, emphasizing the significance of multimodal cues in comprehending spoken language. And then, motor neurons, according to some researchers, offer the physical and neural basis for speech perception because they are involved in both speech production and reception. Mirror neurons, a type of motor neurons, fire not just when a person performs an action, but also when they see someone else doing the same. This is how clear link between the brain process involve the creating and hear speech sound, leading credence to the theory that speech perception is based on imitating the articulatory motion required in speech generation. The last is the mirror neuron hypothesis proposed that certain neurons in the brain, known as mirror neurons, fire both when we perform an action and when we observe someone else performing the same action, leading some to believe that they play an important role in understanding others' action and intention, including speech perception. However, this idea has been criticized due to limitation of specificity, human research constraints, alternate explanations such as associative learning, and lack of predictive power. While mirror neurons might contribute to some part of social cognition, there is exact significance in complicated process such as speech perception in unknown and debate within the scientific community. And then the last question, what are the chief theoretically alternative to motor theory? In the context of psycholinguistics, there are several theoretically alternatives to the motor theory of speech perception. Two notable examples include, first, theory of feasibility. This conceptual framework concentrates on defining the specific muscle activation considered valid for a given motor task, referred to as the feasible action space. This framework enables the representation of these structures through either low-dimensional basis function or synergies, high-dimensional joint probability distribution, or Bayesian priors, or fitness landscape, or optimizing cost function. And then the second is meaning field theory. According to this theory, the meaning of a word is not exclusively dictated by its linguistic characteristic, but is also influenced by the surrounding context. The meaning of a word is portrayed as a field of force that interact with other force fields in the context, collectively shaping the word's significance. This alternative approach offers new perspective on understanding language processing and contribute to ongoing debates about the best explanatory models of language behavior. They complement traditional theories like the motor theory of speech perception, providing additional insight into the complexity of language processing system. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.